What is up, YouTube? My name is Matthew Amaro from the Diamond Brothers crew and the Diamond Brothers fishing crew, and welcome back to another video. I should say the first video of this channel because it is. So welcome to my new channel, guys. Might have a couple of my friends joining me from the old channel, maybe not, but probably a couple more friends that like fishing. But you never know. But anyways, let me just explain what this channel is all about. Diamond Brothers gaming was, you know, you can take a second guess, vlogs, gaming, so on and so forth. But this channel is going to be outdoors. I named it fishing because I'm not often going to be going hunting and stuff like that. Mostly fishing and probably just hiking and vlogging, stuff that I do. But this is mostly going to be my fishing channel. So what I'm going to be doing here is just explaining a couple things that you guys can expect from this channel, and a couple things that I'm going to be doing for this channel, and how often I'm going to be posting. Okay, so let me explain one thing first. Right now in Colorado is February going into March. There's only there's only one day left until March. But the fish are very, 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 very dormant still right now because it barely started thawing all the lakes. It's actually been really warm for this time of season. We broke already a couple records, but yeah, I went up to a couple lakes this month. Didn't catch anything, actually, nothing. Caught like a perch, but it wasn't even an ounce. It didn't even feel like it was something that was just like not even supposed to be in existence. But you guys can just take a hit. So right now it is going into early March. Probably going to be fishing lakes around like 15 through the 20th of March area because it's going to start to warm up in that period. There's going to be a lot more moisture. That's when the fish start coming to the shore, spawning, making their beds, stuff like that. And just, you know, throwing a couple swim baits, maybe even a couple crankbaits in front of their beds, get them active, and, you know, try to catch something big. There's this pond, about like, maybe not even maybe about like 3 miles up from my house. Probably not even that. I think it might be like 2 or something. It's walking distance, biking distance, and car distance. I'd rather take a bike because it is a very, very rugged dirt trail to get up there. But I've caught big bass out of there, like hogs, like 6 pounds, 7 pounds, stuff like that. I'm not exaggerating. In Colorado, that is very surprising because Colorado, I can't say there's not some big fish in here. There's massive fish, but it's a small pond, like legit a small pond. Probably can jog around it in less than 3 minutes. It's actually really, really small, but it produces some big fish. I had a friend that used to live in my neighborhood named Ethan. Him and I used to go up there on a daily basis during the summer. He's throwing out a couple of demon heads and spinners, just throwing them out, seeing what kind of fish are in there. I swear, not even the first 3 casts, him and I both caught our limit, over 20 pounds of smallmouth and largemouth. We were very surprised. On my old phone, I had many pictures, and I have no clue what happened to that phone, but, you know, I had big fish in that pond. So hopefully I can go out there this summer, catch some big fish, record it, have a couple of things written down on notes, what to use, stuff like that. But from previous experiences, the only things I've been using was crankbaits, swim baits, and spinners. Those are the main things that I've caught and fish on. There's perch in there and bluegill, and I think maybe a couple walleye, but there's nothing too really extravagant multi-species. There's a couple, there might be like a school shad that come around every so often, and that's something that the fish they're very, very, very rare shad. I haven't seen them in a while. Mostly the game fish feed off of the perch, and the perch feed off of like ground fish like babies and stuff like that. So nothing really too extravagant in that pond. But this summer I have this post tournament going on June 11th, and it's annual kids tournament. I barely even am able to go there because it starts in June, and I'm 14 right now, and that's the national. It's the lake championship, and I entered for it, and it's in June 11th, and hopefully I can be catching some trout in there. I honestly do not know what the grand prize is, but hopefully my friend Oliver and I are going to be going, and hopefully we can catch some weighed-in fish. Hoping to try to catch around a 2-pound trout. I seriously doubt it because I don't know, because they do stock that lake with over 5-pounders. But anyways, like I was saying, I'm just going to be doing multi-species, mostly bass and trout. I never know. I might hook up with something else invasive. Probably like some walleye, some smallmouth. Well, that's still a bass, but still though, there's tons. I mean, legitly tons of smallmouth in Arvada. But last time I went, I wasn't even ready for one. I was just throwing out a regular soft bait. It was a squid. It was by Strike King. It was a salted white red tip, and I was just throwing it close to the shore. And I was talking to my friend Noah. I was just sitting there rolling it in, just talking to him, and something just slammed it. I turned around and I was all surprised because we didn't catch anything that day. That was the only fish we caught. So I hit it, grabbed it in. It's probably about like another. It's probably about a pound and a half, almost. I think it was like a pound, 9 ounces. It was pretty big. I deleted it. Sadly, I would have showed you it, but hopefully I can try to catch something hooked up with that. But it's almost an everyday thing. On summer, I go up there and I usually hook in with something. I don't leave that lake disappointed. There's a couple times I didn't catch anything, but it's rainy and it's hard to catch fish in that kind of a situation when the wind's blowing, that there's choppy waters. You have to usually go way, way far out into the lake, even though they come close for try to catch their crawdads, lake bugs, even try to catch something that's smaller, even probably their own species. But usually the trout stay deep because the bass come in and they try to slam anything that comes around there. And the trout in there, they're big. Don't get me wrong, but the stalkers and stuff, they come through. Those bass in there, man, they'll chop them and they'll eat them like no other. There's probably some good 5-pound bass in that lake. They're usually hanging out in a dam area in that lake. That lake's about 77-foot depth max, and I usually throw around the 50 to 60 mark because there's this dock area that goes at least probably about like good 30 yards into the lake. Probably not even that. Maybe like actually maybe like 15, 20 around that area. I usually throw some soft baits, even, and then my trout rigs, I do a drop shot garlic weight to where I have my line, my drop shot egg sinker, which is like 1/8 of an ounce. Throw swivel on top, behind, under that, so the egg weight can't slip through it and get all congratulated with the bait and stuff. And then I have at least a 6-inch line that goes into it with a I think it's maybe about like a 1/8 inch hook. Throw a couple of either some egg bait or some trout dough. Oh my gosh, I can't speak. Some trout dough, garlic scent. That stuff works great for trout. If you guys want to go check that out, go to Walmart. You can probably get more than like, you can get a lot of jars of that stuff, and it works great in Colorado, especially at Arvada. That's the place. That's the only thing I use at Arvada for trout. I've caught a couple on spinners, but that's just that's more a lure than it is a bait. But anyways, just thought I'd tell you guys that this is a vlog to congratulate myself. What? No, just to say welcome to the channel, and yeah, I can't speak today. It is freaking 10:30. I'm tired. I woke up at I woke up late, but still I'm tired. But anyways, thought I'd let you guys know. Today kind of sucked for me because I went up to this lake, Tucker Lake. I was expecting it to be full of life. Then I went there and the lake's a good almost a whole football field drained. Yeah. So I went all the way to where there was the body of water. This thing was probably smaller than my pond. And then I searched up on why it was drained. Apparently in October of this year, last year I meant, what am I thinking? Last year they drained it due to non-sustainable fish habitat. And they had a drought in Arvada Reservoir, so they had to fill some lake up with that. And that lake, or reservoir I should say, is huge. Ginormous. By far one of the biggest reservoirs I've ever seen, besides Chatfield Reservoir, which is also in Colorado. It's a big lake. It's a major runoff lake. They have like 2 or 3 creeks flowing into it every so often. They close the gates for it, wait for another drought to come through, open it. But even the creeks couldn't fill it up fast enough, so they had to drain Tucker Lake for it. And that Tucker Lake had some braggable-sized fish in there, trophy-sized walleye. It was a disappointment for everybody in the community in Arvada, because they went up there just all day, you know. They caught a lot of fish. There's a couple people leaving today, and I was like, oh, I need to ask them if they caught anything. Little did I know the whole lake was drained. That's probably why they were leaving. Um, so yeah, I went up there, didn't catch anything, not a bite, not a jump, not anything from that lake. There's a bunch of fish skeletons. There's crawdad skeletons everywhere, scattered all across that lake. I saw about like 15 or 16 lures that were all bent up and broken, and treble hooks were spread everywhere. That lake was an absolute mess. So I don't know if they're going to be able to restock it, or they're going to open the floodgates for that thing and regain the water that was supposed to be in there. But Tucker Lake from now on is closed for a while now. So I hopefully it can come back and make a comeback for many of the fishermen up there, because there's a lot of people that were writing angry reviews that they drained it because they caught some big fish up there. And I don't blame them, because I remember one time I went up there and with one of my friends, didn't have my fishing rods, but man, every time we got close to the shore, there was a couple smallmouth bass feeding on some crawdad or some kind of a bug that was going on. But anyways, enough of me relevant. I think I might cut that from the video, but, you know, me rambling about the lakes and stuff around here. Just know that I'm going to be trying to post videos, probably about, like, one or two videos per week, I could say. I'm not going to be posting, right now for a while, because it's barely turning into March, and my, lake I always go to, Arvada Reservoir, doesn't open until April 1st, so that's still another 32 days away. It's a long time, I know. I hate waiting for fishing to start open again around my places. Tucker's closed because there's nothing to fish for in there, because apparently they relocated everything to Arvada or some kind of lake down in Colorado Springs. Excuse me. And then my pond is not producing too many fish right now because they're barely coming out of hibernation, and that pond is very small, so it might take a couple of months for them to grow out of the situation they were in with their the lake being frozen over and cold water temperatures. But hopefully they start to warm up sooner, because it's already turning into spring. And yeah, so guys, I'm going to end the video here. Thank you guys for watching. And this is Matthew Merrill from the Diamond Brothers Studios and the Diamond Brothers Fishing Crew. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Stay in the outdoors and do your homework, kids. That is something that is important to life. Stay fit and stay active. Bye, guys.